Hey, what's up, y'all? It's G, about to react to this vid. This is the greatest moments in Black Twitter history. Okay, I'm picking up and doing part 2. The first part was very interesting. I thought I knew some Black Twitter moments, but I was like, wait, actually, I don't. So yeah, it was interesting getting these stories, but let's see what's next. Let's watch.
Gucci Mane launched into an epic Twitter tirade on Monday, slamming some of hip-hop's biggest names, including Drake, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Ciara. Tell Drake he a true male groupie, I don't need you, one tweet read. So Nicki, I didn't have you in ATL.
Wait, I'm not just gonna skim past that. He called him the S slur. Stop trying to be me. Check that something Instagram. True groupie. Ooh.
I don't need you, one tweet read. So Nicki, I didn't have you in ATL for 2 weeks, room rate $60 a night.
Oh. Gucci Mane's Twitter rant. Another unforgettable Black Twitter moment happened in September 2013 when Gucci Mane logged on to Twitter and for several days straight went on one of the wildest tweeting sprees the platform had ever seen. Out of nowhere, Gucci started...
Looking back, it's like, oh wait, because now that we know that he's bipolar or something's off. I don't know exactly what condition he has. I don't want to lie. But his wife has come out and said he has to take meds and whatnot. So it's like, oh, this makes more sense.
Calling out a long list of artists and industry figures, including Nicki Minaj, T.I., Jeezy, Waka Flocka, and Tyga, accusing people, airing out industry drama, and posting unfiltered tweets in his very distinctive style.
Oh my God.
Not a crash dummy. They lie. Brainwashers. Y'all believe that? You stupid anyway. I can't rep Brick Squad. Every artist I bought a Brick Squad chain, let a nigga rob them for it. Every chain, pitiful. Brick Squad.
Oh.
Big Guwap never gets robbed. Guwap don't get robbed. All Brick Squad members been shot. Think about it. Everyone but the CEO. Big Guwap never got his chain stolen. Y'all following a blind lady? Go get you a dog or a flashlight. I bought all them chains for y'all to let a nigga take from y'all. Nicki Minaj, Keisha Dior, Taraji P. Henson, and Monica. That's a street nigga fantasy. I got 10K a piece. I'm corny. Everybody wear tennis skirts. Megan Good might be the only one who can change Big Guwap. I'll cut all these hoes off though. For Megan Good, she can have all Guwap money. Wop. If I'm so crazy, why y'all wives sucking my dick?
Oh my God.
Now Big Guwap is putting his artists up for sale. I'm sucker free. Anybody want my artist? Listen, 500 for Scooter, 1 mil for Waka, 250 for Thug.
Selling them all.
Everybody else keep that little money. I'm straight. Except Waka? No, I changed my mind. I'll keep Waka. Never mind. Waka included. Scooter 500K, Thug 250K.
Never mind. Waka included.
Any trainers interested? I tried, but you faster than Waka. I gotta get in shape. I got 5K a week for a trainer. I prefer one with a fat ass.
The timeline exploded, and some people thought he had been hacked.
No.
Others thought it was promotion for a project. Many fans were genuinely concerned about his mental state. But Black Twitter did what it always does, react in real time. People were screenshotting the tweets, quoting them, trying to decode the punctuation, and turning the whole situation into a running commentary across the app.
I'm so mad, so upset. I was gonna apologize. I've been drinking lean for 43 years now.
At the time, a lot of outlets described it as a meltdown or a cry for help, especially considering Gucci's legal troubles and struggles during that era. And in hindsight, that period really did end the mark of that chapter in his life. Because what makes this story even more interesting is what happened after. Not long after that era, Gucci Mane stepped away, served his time, got sober, and completely reinvented himself. When he returned to the public eye in 2016, fans were shocked at his transformation. He rebuilt his brand, continued releasing music, mentored newer artists, and turned his story into one of hip-hop's most notable comeback arcs. And on Black Twitter, people still remember exactly where they were when Gucci started tweeting.
Yikes.
Paula's Best Dishes. The hashtag Paula's Best Dishes isn't as innocent as it sounds. It emerged in 2013 during one of the most explosive celebrity racism scandals of the decade, involving...
Who looked at this woman and heard her speak and didn't know she was racist as hell? This was no surprise to anyone.
Celebrity chef and Food Network star Paula Deen. Paula, who built her brand on Southern comfort food, hospitality, and her hit television show Paula's Best Dishes, faced intense public backlash after reports surfaced that that she had admitted to using the N-word and making racist and anti-Semitic jokes. The revelations came from a videotaped deposition connected to a workplace discrimination lawsuit filed by her former employee Lisa Jackson. Even more disturbing to many observers were allegations that she had once expressed interest in hosting a plantation-themed wedding featuring black waiters dressed as enslaved people.
I told her at times I didn't have enough money to buy my own medication. We were sitting across the table, long table, and she said it didn't reach me. And she said, "Here's $100. Go buy your medicine."
Whether or not she used racial slurs, you feel all this is true?
Yeah, she wanted Jello and I to dress like that as well.
At the wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like Paula Deen is racist in that way?
I do.
Have you ever heard Paula Deen use the N-word?
I've heard her use the N-word. She say, I tell y'all niggers, that's what's wrong with y'all niggers now today.
Why are you coming forward now to tell your story?
Because they didn't give me what I deserved. They didn't give me nothing I deserve. Everything I got, I worked for it. Even my own co-workers think that I've been treated the best. They think I live in a mansion. And it's just time that everybody knows that Paula Deen don't treat me the way they think she treat me.
When the deposition details became public, outrage spread rapidly across news outlets and social media. As the controversy began dominating headlines, Black Twitter responded in a way that blended critique with satire. Twitter users Tracy Clayton, a writer at The Root, known online as Brokey McPoverty,
Jim Crow cop.
along with user Pope Jeffers, helped spark the viral hashtag Paula's Best Dishes. The hashtag jokingly referenced her cooking show while inviting
Malcolm X coleslaw.
users to create sarcastic joke recipes
Wait in the watermelon.
that highlighted the racism allegations. Thousands of tweets flooded the platform, and the hashtag quickly climbed to the #1 trending topic on Twitter. Meanwhile, the fallout from the controversy had real-world consequences. Paula Deen lost major endorsement deals, television opportunities, and significant brand partnerships in the weeks following the scandal.
Trifling.
Rachel Dolezal.
Martha Stewart would never.
Just 2 years
Well, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with her either. But Paula Deen just seemed way more racist than Martha Stewart.
later,
Of course, we all remember this mess.
Black Twitter would face one of the most bizarre racial controversies of the decade, giving them their new target. In 2015, Rachel Dolezal, the then president of the NAACP Spokane, Washington chapter, was publicly...
Obviously, I know what the common sentiment about her was, but I don't know specifically what, like, Black Twitter was saying, or if they had a specific theme of a joke about her.
exposed by her biological parents as a white woman who had been presenting herself as black for years.
Is that your dad?
Yeah, that's my dad.
This man right here is your father? Right there?
You have a question about that?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
was wondering if your dad really is an African-American man.
That's a very, I don't know what you're implying.
Are you African-American?
I don't understand the question. I did tell you that, yes, that's my dad. And he wasn't able to come in January.
Are your parents, are they white?
Question, complex answer.
Are you an African-American woman?
Identify as black. Rachel Dolezal, born white to white parents, explained in a live interview, even as a blonde-haired child, she identified with the black experience.
I was drawing self-portraits with the brown crayon instead of the peach crayon. That was how I was portraying myself.
The clip stunned the public and ignited immediate conversation across social media, news outlets, and civil rights circles. But once again, Twitter, particularly Black Twitter, became the epicenter of the response. Rather than simply express an outrage, users found the clip to be hilarious and created the viral hashtag #AskRachel, turning the controversy into a form of communal commentary. The hashtag functioned as a satirical blackness quiz, where users jokingly tested Rachel's knowledge of sheer.
She got locks in her hair right now. Girl, go to hell.
Pretty routine.
Wow.
As some of you know, I am about halfway through the certification.
Girl, eat a dick. Oh, she got a black child or a mixed child. Wow, she really continuing this. Oh no, you lying.
African American experiences. Tweets asked her to complete classic R&B and hip hop lyrics, recall plot lines from shows like Martin, Good Times, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and identify everyday traditions familiar to many black households, from repurposing shopping bags as trash liners.
Wait, I would have thought after she got caught, she would have, went back to her little white lifestyle and her white life. But no, she got faux locks in her hair right now and posing with black people and like black little kids to my son, da-da-da.
To the names of items.
So on Black Twitter, they were talking about she's transracial, which is like, I feel like I was born in this skin, but I should be in this skin. So there was a whole movement, she should be able to be transracial. Other people are transracial. There's like hashtag wrong skin, where people were saying that I was born in this skin, my parents are this, but I identify with that.
This week, Black Twitter has been on fire. The revelation that Spokane, Washington NAACP leader Rachel Dolezal has been pretending to be a black woman for several years caught many off guard, except for her parents, who outed her as being white.
But as racial tensions intensified in the mid-2010s,
the fact she was the NAACP leader,
Pepsi. Corporations and mainstream media repeatedly misunderstood black social movements altogether and crossed racial boundaries. In 2017, Pepsi released a commercial starring reality television personality and model Kendall Jenner that attempted to portray a protest as a unifying feel-good experience to sell soda. The ad showed Kendall leaving a photo shoot to join a racially diverse group of protesters before ultimately diffusing tension with police by handing an officer a can of Pepsi. Almost immediately, Black Twitter recognized the imagery as a tone-deaf appropriation of real-life protest movements, particularly those connected to the Black Lives Matter movement. Users flooded the timeline with memes, critiques, and historical comparisons, pointing out how the commercial reduced decades of activism, police brutality protests, and racial injustice into a marketing aesthetic. The backlash was overwhelming, and within 24 hours, Pepsi pulled the commercial and issued a public apology, which was a clear demonstration of Black Twitter's influence and ability to hold global corporations accountable in real time. Christopher Dorner.
A high-stakes manhunt is intensifying in California as police scour the Los Angeles area in search of the man who allegedly killed 3 people.
Yeah, this was really big out here because, I'm in LA. But, yeah, this shit was wild.
In a revenge-motivated shooting rampage. But this is no ordinary manhunt. The man they are looking for was once a cop himself, armed, dangerous, and equipped with the same training as those tracking him. ABC's David Wright has the latest.
New images of fugitive Christopher Dorner taken by surveillance cameras. The trouble is, they were not taken today. This was 2 weeks ago in Irvine, not far from where Monica Kwan and her fiancé Keith Lawrence were murdered last Sunday.
The Christopher Dorner manhunt remains one of the most intense and controversial moments in modern Southern California history. In February 2013, the country watched the state's largest manhunt unfold. Christopher Dorner, a former LAPD officer and Navy reservist, declared what he described as a personal war against police corruption after being fired from the LAPD years earlier. Chris claims he had been terminated in retaliation for reporting excessive force by a fellow officer, allegations that resonated deeply within communities already grappling with long-standing concerns about police brutality. The case quickly escalated into national headlines when he was linked to a series of killings. On February 3rd that year, 28-year-old girl Monica Kwan and her fiance were found dead in Irvine, California. Investigators later connected him to the attack, believing the killings were acts of revenge against individuals he blamed for his dismissal from the police force. Soon after, Chris released an online manifesto listing multiple LAPD officers and public figures he accused of corruption, while outlining his plans for retaliation. Days later, the violence continued. He allegedly ambushed police officers, killing one and wounding another. As the surge intensified, he fled into the San Bernardino Mountains, sparking a massive multi-agency pursuit involving helicopters, SWAT teams, and roadblocks stretching across Southern California and even extending into Mexico. While law enforcement agencies scrambled to locate Christopher Dorner, the unfolding crisis played out in real time across social media. There was a series of alarming mistakes by police. In the frantic effort to capture Chris, officers fired upon multiple innocent civilians driving pickup trucks that resembled his vehicle. 2 Hispanic women delivering newspapers were shot at, and Torrance police opened fire on a white man driving a similar truck. Miraculously, the victim survived.
There were 2 officer-involved shootings. They occurred within minutes of each other.
Listen, that people was freaking out. They was tripping out, especially LAPD. They pissed, and they like, oh no, we gotta get him out of here, you know. So they was just doing whatever, apparently. Cause what? You shot this white man when this is a big black bald head man? Where's the confusion? And then you shoot at women? Hello.
Within blocks of each other, and it now appears that both are cases of mistaken identity. Behind me, you can see out there in the distance a blue pickup truck out there. It is riddled with bullets. Now, LAPD officers were here overnight, and they were here to protect a fellow officer who lives in this area. We're being told he is a captain, and they worried that he could be targeted by Christopher Dorner. Well, this truck resembled the suspect's vehicle, and the officers opened fire.
It was nearly a catastrophic mistake. Inside that truck were 2 women on their daily newspaper delivery route. One suffered gunshot wounds to her back, the other shot in the hand. Both would recover.
Mistaken for a killer, during the manhunt for rogue ex-cop Christopher Dorner, a mother and daughter were out delivering newspapers. Well, suddenly they found themselves in the crosshairs of the LAPD. Tonight, KCAL's Chris Holmstrom speaks to them about the night that would change their lives forever.
Moments later, just a few blocks away, Torrance police responding to the first shooting spot a dark-colored pickup leaving the scene. Believing the vehicle may be Dorner's, they fired at the driver.
Just starting to wake up, and all of a sudden I hear a bam, 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 and then a big bang.
The driver was not hit. Later, millions of dollars in legal settlements would be paid out to the victims of both these shootings.
It was during this period that social media users began using dark humor as a way to process fear and critique law enforcement behavior. The phrase, "Don't shoot, I'm not Chris Dorner," quickly spread across Twitter and Facebook, evolving into a viral meme. Images circled showing people holding handwritten signs on their cars and wearing the t-shirts with similar messages. At the same time, his story sparked another controversial online phenomenon. A small but vocal group of supporters began portraying him as a whistleblower or anti-corruption figure. Many users condemned the violence and loss of life, but at the same time, Chris's manifesto ignited widespread discussions about systemic racism and corruption within policing institutions, and he gained a bit of a fan base. Facebook pages and online forums dedicated to Chris gained thousands of followers. The saga ultimately ended on February 12, 2013, when law enforcement cornered him inside a remote mountain cabin. After a standoff, the cabin caught fire, and authorities later recovered his remains. In the aftermath, his case left behind more than headlines, and his image is widely used on social media by people to express their opposition of American police and corruption.
They need to know that we're paying attention. And they need to know that there's a limit. They need to know that people will come together like they do. And that's why I'm here. Like, people have been telling this story already. You know, so when people talk about Chris Dorner and how he went too far, like, people have already written books. People have already written letters. You know, these are grown people functioning in society. They're not criminals. You know, they get kicked out of the LAPD and they make a life for themselves somewhere else. So how are these bad people?
Yeah, I never saw that hashtag on Twitter. Well, I wasn't on Twitter, so I wouldn't have seen it there. But I didn't even see it like transferred over to Instagram or anything like that. But I do recall seeing those shirts randomly, I believe. That was so long ago. I don't remember the details. They said 2013, 13 years ago. Like, I don't remember. But I definitely recall that story and it being like really crazy. But yeah, I feel like not just Black Twitter, but just the internet in general tends to take dark, like scary situations and try to make light of it and make jokes and make like hashtag trends and whatnot to cope. So yeah, that was a darker one. But yeah, still very interesting overall. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!